Hey y'all, it's Alec, the Traveling Civilian. Today we're going to talk about water and the importance of knowing where to find it in your current environment. As y'all all know, I live full-time in a motorhome with my wife. We travel the country. We try to stay in small communities away from most of the population, and we try to be as self-sufficient as we can while living in a small space. One thing we have found out is that when we get to a new community, we need to figure out how to live like the locals. What do I mean by that? I mean that we have to find all the local spots. And one of the spots we always try to find is a good source for fresh water. Now, you can buy bottled water, and we do from time to time. But the best thing is to try to find a freshwater source of potable water that is, I want to say, never ending. I don't know if that's the right word, but where it seems to always be flowing. Now, we're in Montana, and we found a spot just across the border in Idaho that is less than 6 miles from the campground that we're staying at, up here in the Targhee National Forest area. Now, the U.S. Forestry Department maintains this freshwater spring, and I'm going to show it to you. And what we try to do is we try to get anywhere from 4 to 6 gallons a week of this water, and keep it on hand. We use it for coffee, we use it for drinking, we give it to the animals and that sort of stuff. And we use plastic jugs. Now, I know a lot of people have a lot of concerns, including me, about using the plastic jugs that you get from the grocery store. We are told that there is some leaching of the plastic into the liquids that you're storing in it, and that it could cause us some harm. And we just haven't found a better way to do it. So what I do is about every 6 weeks is I go to the store and buy 4 to 6 gallons of spring water from Walmart or Costco or whatever store we happen to be shopping in. And then so I am switching out the plastic jug before it gets too old and gets broken down too much. So let's go take a look at the spring, and we'll talk about some other water sources also. Now, today I am filling up 6 gallons of water here at the spring. This water is ice cold. Now I'm going to take the time to fill up my other 3 jugs of water, and then we'll head back to the campground. Man, that water's cold. So you can see I got my 4 gallons of water. The spring is really nice. You know, people have said before, you know, be careful, you're getting it off the rocks. That water's been running for so many years there. The water coming off the rocks is clear. There is a little pipe down there that if you want to use that to fill it up, you can, but the water's running so fast right now that it's almost impossible to get back there. There's also a nice little freshwater stream here, but I want to show everybody that the water is not coming from the spring. The forestry department has actually tapped it in. There's the well. They've actually tapped it into the fresh spring coming out of the ground. I'm told it goes way down deep, and the water is very, very good, fresh, and clean. The locals have been drinking this water for years. You know, finding a source of fresh water is important, and we haven't been able to find it everywhere we've been, but South Carolina, Montana, Idaho, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama, we have found freshwater springs or a freshwater source at all those locations. All you have to do is talk to the locals and they'll tell you where they are. Now, let's head back to the campground. I'm going to show you another source of emergency water, and that's one thing we like about staying at campgrounds. It's always important to know where you can find additional sources of emergency water. One thing that's overlooked is swimming pools. Here at the campground we're staying at, we have a 30,000 gallon swimming pool. Now, is that the first place I'm going to go to get my drinking water? No. But if we're in a shit hits the fan type situation, let's say the electricity's out. Well, we're on well water here at the campground, and we have a week with no electricity. Then you have to be able to get fresh water. We cannot live a week without water. So a swimming pool is a good source of water. I wouldn't drink it straight out of the pool. You need to have some sort of filtration device, a water filter. And we use a Berkey. Our Berkey holds 1.5 gallons of water. We fill it up. We have glass bottles that we transferred from the Berkey into at the camper. And I could come down here safely, get a bucket of water, take it up to my camper, run it through the Berkey, and I would feel comfortable drinking that water in an emergency situation. Definitely could use it for flushing the toilet, for bathing, and that sort of stuff. So it's important to know wherever you are, where there's a few sources of water, because you never know when you're going to be without water. Additionally, our camper holds about 60 gallons of fresh water. I keep that tank on the camper sanitized. Every couple of months, I run a little bit of Clorox through it, let it sit, dump it out, and then refill it with potable water. So we have that 60 gallons. We have 30,000 gallons down here if we need it. And as I've shown you, less than 6 miles away is a freshwater spring. Now, do I want to walk up there if we're in a situation where there's no more gas and all that kind of stuff? No. Can I? Yes. And we have a little portable wagon. If I wanted to, I could put all my water containers in it, take the walk up there. It would be a day event for us because I'm old, but it makes me feel good to know that I have a water source nearby in an emergency. So explore your area, find out where your water sources are. because water is life. So I thought I'd show you what we do with the Berkey when we're back at the camper. So this is our Berkey right here. I love it. So I've got one empty glass jar. This is from Cindy filling her thermoses this morning to go to work. So I take the thermos or the glass jar, I fill it up over here at the sink with regular tap water. And what I do is I keep the Berkey full, so this lower level is full, and I know that I'm going to be taking out 1 jar of fresh water. So I fill the jar with water, I empty it into the Berkey. So I bring the Berkey over to the side of the cabinet, I take my glass jar, I fill it with water, with water that's already in the Berkey, and then I'll put that into the refrigerator just to keep it cool, because we like to drink our water cool. So there you have it. We have 2 glass bottles full of water here. I've got the Berkey with 1.5 gallons worth of already filtered water here. And then when I fill one of these, I put the appropriate amount up here in the canister to filter. Then in the refrigerator, I've got 2 more containers full of water. And then here are the 4 gallons that I picked up today, and another gallon of water there. So you can never have enough clean, fresh water. So I encourage you to go out and find a freshwater source in your community. Until next time, y'all be safe out there and keep on preparing.